Today, we step into the world of equal justice, where babysitting turns into a courtroom showdown. Ava Gomez says she was promised $500 for watching 2 kids while their mom Lisa went on a vacation. But Lisa claims Ava went wild with her credit card, racking up over $600 in charges. This is not just about money. It is about trust, loyalty, and responsibility. The judge must now decide who is right and who is wrong, and the outcome will leave both sides with a lesson they will never forget.
I see Ms. Ava Gomez here as my plaintiff, Lisa Ma as the defendant. Ms. Gomez, you are suing for $500, alleging that the defendant owes you money for unpaid child care. Tell us why we're in court today.
Your Honor, I'm here today because I am suing Lisa for not paying me for babysitting her children. Lisa offered to pay me $500 to babysit her children, and I typically watch her children for free. And that's only for a day or 2.
Right. And
this time it's for a week. While she's on vacation in Maui with a man that she's only been dating for a few months.
Okay, that's not your business, Ms. Gomez. She's on vacation for a week, while normally you do this for free because it's a day or 2. Obviously, she's going to pay you because it's a week-long supervision of her children.
Exactly, Your
And
Honor.
how many children and what are their ages?
She has 2 children. They are 8 and 9 years old.
Okay. And you say great, $500 was a good fee?
Yes.
Okay.
So I said yes to that. Per usual, she offered me her credit card, and she never gave me any limit to it. So her children were on spring break, and I wanted them to have fun. So I took them out to the movies, restaurants, and then a water park. They had a great time.
Your Honor, can I clarify something?
I'm going to give you this opportunity one time, Ms. Ma. What do you need to clarify?
Thank you. When I pass Ava my card, because I trust her without giving her any restrictions. Previously, she also had my credit card, and she never spent more than $30 a day. And this time, she charged it $620 over 7 days. And when I passed her the card, I did tell her that you can spend it on whatever my kids need.
You said kids need?
Yes. And before I go on to my trip, I stock up my 2 large refrigerators. I went to 3 grocery stores, bought all the frozen food, fruits and veggie, plus some quick and easy meal for Ava, because I know she loves to cook pasta. So I really make sure I have everything ready. I've been checked with her. She said, yeah, that's good enough. So this time I was really confused and frustrated that she's charged my card $620 without even asking for permission. Previously, she's always so polite. Even last time, she charged it like $30 for Chinese takeout.
Right.
She sent me a text and kindly asked me, oh, can I spend on this? I was like, go ahead.
Yeah, but you didn't get any texts while you were in Maui with your new man.
The only text I got was a picture of her, took my 2 daughters out for
Having fun, right? But you didn't get any
fun.
financial updates.
No.
So you were quite surprised when you got your credit card bill.
I was very shocked and confused in the beginning.
Yeah.
And when I confronted her, she was like, oh, I didn't want to bother you when you're on your vacation.
Your Honor, may I interrupt?
The first thing we see is Ava Gomez taking Lisa to court over babysitting money. And already the drama is heavy because Ava says she watched the kids while Lisa was living it up in Maui with her new man. The judge listens carefully and asks about the deal Ava claims Lisa promised $500 for the week of childcare. Ava explains she normally does it for free, but this time it was longer, and she had to put her studies aside. Lisa jumps in, trying to defend herself, and says Ava went overboard with the spending. The tension builds quickly, because one side says it was agreed, and the other side says it was abuse of trust.
No, I don't want any more interruptions from either of you. What I would like is for both of you to give my bailiff any evidence. Y'all are talking about receipts and credit card bills. Please offer your evidence to my bailiff. Thank you.
Thank you.
Blankets on the top.
Thank you, sir. Okay, so let's see, Ms. Gomez, you are providing a text message. Hey, could you watch the kids when they're on break? I'll give you $500 this time for helping me out, acknowledging that this is the first time you've actually paid her cash to watch the children. You say, sounds great, I'm in. Okay, so that's undisputed. Let's see what Ms. Ma is offering up. Yes, this is what I expected, a credit card bill. This is exorbitant. I can tell the court right now, seafood, $56, movie theater, $50, water park, $50, the steak place, $50. You said these kids are 8 and what?
9 years old, and they don't eat steak.
No,
Your Honor.
apparently they do, Miss Ma. Okay, so you said, breaking news. Yeah, they can tear up a ribeye. Okay, so you said 9 and how old?
8 and 9
8
years
and 9.
old.
Okay. House of Walk. Look, I guess some type of Chinese. More movie. How many movies did y'all see? It looks like y'all went to the movies every day. Y'all went to the movies 4 times?
We did, yes.
And I have Netflix at home.
Okay, hold on, Miss Ma. Okay, Joe's Cantina, Bill's Burger. Ma'am, so you were really spending on average $100 a day.
Yes, I was. But Your Honor, again, she was on vacation. I did update her with pictures of where we were at.
So they had the time of their lives. But your point is it was on your expense that you did not authorize. Is that your issue?
Correct. She didn't ask for my permission. I never asked her to do that. And my 2 girls are very low maintenance. One
No,
girl,
ma'am, not anymore.
Yeah.
No, ma'am, not anymore.
Coming up on Equal Justice.
It is a lot of money, Ms. Gomez, and you can beat around the bush and say that you had full authorization, but the court is not convinced because that is an exorbitant amount of money for 2 children.
And later,
What do you say, young man, to her accusation that you and your frat buddies are constantly throwing loud, obscene parties and disturbing the peace?
I don't see anything wrong with a little bit of party.
if you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. This is Equal Justice. Equal Justice is back with the case of Ava Gomez, who brought Lisa Ma to court for cheating her out of babysitting fees.
Do you think this was exorbitant spending?
I didn't think so.
So reconcile for me why every occasion you watched this woman's children before this week, it was $30 here, $30 there, with permission that you received on the front end, and then we went from no authorization, no permission, to $620.
Well, she gave me her credit card. She didn't give me a specific amount of how much I could spend.
No, but you're 20 years old, right?
I am, yes.
And you're a nursing student.
Yes.
So that means I'm to assume that you have reasonable skills of deduction and understanding.
Yes.
Okay, so you understand there is something between $30 and $620.
Yes, Your Honor.
You see there's a gap there in terms of expectation financially?
Yes.
So if you're used to my babysitter spends about $30 here or there to $620, you understand why this woman is surprised.
Lisa explains that Ava used her credit card and ended up charging $620 during the week. Ava defends herself, saying she wanted the kids to have fun with movies, restaurants, and a water park. But Lisa argues that she had already filled the fridge and prepared food before leaving the judge highlights how Ava had always been careful in the past, only spending small amounts around $30. Ava never asked permission this time, and Lisa feels betrayed. The situation shows how quickly trust can break when money is involved. The story already feels like equal parts courtroom drama and family feud.
It is a lot of money, Ms. Gomez, and you can beat around the bush and say that you had full authorization, but the court is not convinced because that is an exorbitant amount of money for 2 children. And I really do need you to contend with that. Ms. Ma, but what about the argument that if you cared so much what was being spent, why didn't you leave a limit?
Because I really trust her based on her previous behavior. And I've known her for so many years. I watched her growing up.
So this was shocking to you. When you got this bill,
Very shocking, and I honestly feel it's like a violation of trust.
Did you call her upset or text her? How did you communicate
She
your
was there.
upsetness?
Yes, great question. She was there. I confronted her. Okay, thanks for taking care of my daughter. I'm not gonna pay you additional $500.
So you
I think
told her
it's
that to her
even.
face?
I told her to the face.
And what did you think about that?
I was upset because I'm spending my week watching her children, and I'm in nursing school, and the amount of studying I have to do, I had to put aside to watch her children.
What did you think would be reasonable? When you did pull up your credit card statement for the month, you did know that there would be some charges associated with the week that she cared for your 2 girls, right? What did you expect that number to be?
below $300. She used to spend less than $30 a day. I understand it's spring break, they may want to go for a movie, but my daughters never asked to go for a water park or a steakhouse. All these are new for them. That's why they're so excited. And
I agree with you.
I'm concerned. I'm a mother of two. It's hard to raise two daughters by myself.
Oh, you're a single mom.
Yes, I'm single mom.
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil them in this way.
Right. No, I agree. I've heard enough, ladies. I am ready to rule. So I've already told you, Ms. Gomez, that listen, I think you're a fine young lady. I appreciate that you are getting your education, particularly in nursing. It's an excellent field. You should be well paid when you get out of it. Speaking of payment, you're not going to get $500 from this court today, and I'm going to tell you why. While I can appreciate that you were not given a specific articulated limit on Ms. Ma's credit card to spend for this week of caring for her children, there is such thing as pattern, usage, and behavior, okay? And you had already established a spending pattern with this woman. This is supposed to be a loving, trusting, reciprocal relationship. And you violated that love and trust, Ms. Gomez, by running this woman's credit card bill up $600 some. You have a reasonable duty of cautious care and exercise with her credit card as you would be using it with your own money. And I'm not really convinced that you would spend $620 for 1 week on 2 children. And if you were to do that, the court would find that foolish. I'm just going to be direct with you. Now, that said, there was some things you could have done to tighten in the spending ropes there, Ms. Ma. You could have said, here's a card. She is 20. She's 20. She's still very, very much coming of her development when it comes to finances, spending, and adult decision making. Okay? So next time, despite the practices and patterns established, you might want to go ahead and be overly cautious, Ms. Ma, and say, and this is the limit. And if you don't feel comfortable sharing it to her, call your credit card company.
The evidence comes out, and it is juicy. Ava has texts showing Lisa agreed to pay her $500, while Lisa shows the credit card bill with seafood steakhouse water park and multiple movie trips. The judge points out that these children are only 8 and 9, yet somehow they are dining like adults. Ava admits they went to the movies 4 times and spent around $100 a day. The judge looks unimpressed, and the court feels the weight of extravagance Ava wanted to make it fun. But Lisa insists she never asked for this kind of luxury. Ava thought she had freedom. Lisa thought she had limits, and the gap is massive.
Tell them, once this gets over $600 for the next, or $300 rather over the next week, flag on the play, freeze the card, fraud alert, anything that we can do in this technological age that we live in that can make sure that our spending and money is safe. So this is what I'm going to do. I am going to take your good faith word, Ms. Ma, that you expected to spend around $300, no more. I'm going to deduct that from the $500 that you originally owed the plaintiff just for her babysitting services, and I'm going to rule in favor of the plaintiff for the amount of $200. That is my ruling.
All rise.
Judge Ebony has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant is ordered to pay $200.
Maybe you should keep your word next time and prioritize your children over a man.
I really hope that one day you realize maintaining a trust is more worthy than the money.
Coming up on Equal Justice.
So he didn't offer to help repair the damage or anything?
He did not.
Is that true, Mr. Michaels?
That is true. It's true that I told her to move her car and she just didn't take the opportunity to do it.
This is Equal Justice. Lori Smith claims her car was damaged after her neighbor took his rowdy parties too far. Austin Michaels says he spoke to all of his neighbors in advance so they could move their cars, but the plaintiff ignored him.
Ms. Smith, I see you're suing for $1,500. Tell us why we're in court today.
So, Your Honor, we are in court today because I am suing my completely disrespectful neighbor, Austin, because he has these unruly parties with his little frat boys, and they had this big destructive party out in their front yard. throwing these balloons filled with foam, which destroyed one side of my car.
Okay, and do you have any proof to the court, ma'am, as to the damages you're asking for?
I absolutely do.
Please proffer that up to my bailiff, ma'am. You can give him everything.
Sure.
Great, thank you. Let's take a look at this alleged damage here. Thank you, sir. Oh, my. Okay, let's see what we're all looking at here on the plasma. This is your SUV motor vehicle, ma'am, and I see exactly what you mean.
Yes.
This is a real eyesore here with this frosty kind of white residue.
It was some type of foam that got smashed, and I actually believe that it was deliberate.
So, I see where you did take it to a professional body shop here, and you did pay for $900 for the paint itself, and then the labor was another $600, totaling $1,500.
Yes.
Okay, let's get to you, Mr. Michaels. What do you say, young man, to her accusation that you and your frat buddies are constantly throwing loud, obscene parties and disturbing the peace?
I don't see anything wrong with a little bit of party once in a while, you know?
Coming up on Equal Justice.
What'd you say about that, Mr. Michaels?
I think since she's really the only neighbor that didn't move her car, there's probably something wrong with her.
The judge challenges Ava on her reasoning, asking how a nursing student at 20 years old could not see the difference between $30 and $600. The judge says the court is not convinced by her explanation. Lisa explains she felt violated because she trusted Ava and never expected this kind of spending. Ava says she sacrificed her study time and deserved the full pay. But Lisa reminds the court her expectation was below $300. Ava wanted credit. For effort, Lisa wanted fairness for cost. The balance between generosity and responsibility becomes the center issue, and it is clear someone will walk away disappointed.
So let's get to this particular party, Mr. Michaels. So you let her know, hey, I'm going to have some buddies over and we're going to have a party. And did she know there were going to be these balloons with foam or all this stuff in it?
So I walked around my neighborhood the day before the party with a flyer. I actually have it right here.
Oh, great. Go ahead and proffer that to my bailiff, sir. Let me take a look. Okay, thank you. Oh, Lord. Okay. Hey, neighbors, just wanted to inform you that we will be throwing a birthday party on January 21st. It will involve throwing balloons filled with foam around the front yard around 2 p.m.
Yep.
We suggest that you move your car before that time. Thanks, and enjoy the freshly baked cookies from the store. Okay, so this was available to all the neighbors?
Yeah, I brought it to every single neighbor and I talked to them firsthand, and every other neighbor moved their car except for...
But you did speak to her?
I did speak to her, yes.
Okay, ma'am,
Yeah,
did he?
He asked, he gave me that flyer, yes.
And
but-
did you tell him at that point, I don't think so?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I told him, I'm not moving my car. Why should I be inconvenienced for you to have a party? Keep it in your yard.
Yeah. What'd you say about that, Mr. Michaels?
I think since she's really the only neighbor that didn't move her car, there's probably something wrong with her.
Mr. Michaels, you do admit, though, that this destruction to her car is a result of you and your homeboys throwing these water balloons?
Yes, but if I would have seen it on the car, then I would have washed it off.
Did you tell him at some point that your car was ruined?
So I did, but he was very callous about it.
Ooh.
Like, well, I told you you should have moved your car.
So he didn't offer to help repair the damage or anything?
He did not.
Is that true, Mr. Michaels?
That is true. It's true that I told her to move her car and she just didn't take the opportunity to do it.
Okay, so she didn't do that. So you think she deserved what she got, Mr. Michaels?
It's kind of her fault, I think.
Judge Ebony's verdict when Equal Justice returns. This is Equal Justice.
I understand, Mr. Michaels, that you are at the stage of life where it's all about fun and good times. But the other part of it is this. When you grow up and you pay these things called mortgages and car payments, insurance, bills, taxes, you do have a right to what we call quiet enjoyment of your property. And while everybody else has accommodated you, Mr. Michaels, she has no legal duty to do that. So while I can appreciate this little notice in the cookies, you had it right when you said suggest. You said, I suggest you move your car, because you are in no legal position, young man, to have legal authority to mandate or demand anything from this woman or anybody else in your neighborhood. Therefore, You were out of order. She had no responsibility or duty to you to move said car just because you asked with cookies. Therefore, the court will rule in complete favor of the plaintiff to the tune of $1,500. That's my ruling.
Finally, the judge makes the ruling praising Ava for being a young nursing student, but saying she cannot get the full $500. The judge explains that Ava ignored the spending pattern of the past and broke Lisa's trust, but also tells Lisa she should have set clearer limits or protections with the card. In the end, the court awards Ava only $200. Instead of the full amount, the lesson is sharp money, and trust can break relationships faster than anything. The ruling feels fair because both sides made mistakes. One overspent and one failed to set rules. This courtroom moment closes with a message about responsibility and boundaries. In the end, Ava walks away with only $200, and Lisa learns she must set limits. The judge makes it clear that trust without boundaries can collapse fast. This case shows how money can twist even close relationships and how small mistakes can turn into courtroom battles. Equal justice is served, and the lesson is loud and clear: responsibility always wins.